Welcome to the CHEM21 online learning platform. We'll start the tour where most people will start. Searching for CHEM21 Learning will bring up the Google listing for the platform. As you can see, the URL is learning.chem21.eu. Clicking through to the Learning Platform homepage, we can see straight away that the site has been built as part of an IMI-funded project made up of financial contributions from the European Union and in-kind contributions from EFPIA partner companies. The learning material on the site falls into 6 topics: Foundation, Guides and Metrics, Solvents, Synthetic Toolbox, Process Design, and life cycle impacts and environmental fate of pharmaceuticals. You'll have noticed that hovering over each topic on the home page brings up a sub-menu of module links for that topic. The Foundation topic, for example, is made up of 6 distinct modules. This highlights an important characteristic of the platform. You can use this material flexibly. While each topic can function as a course of study in its own right, equally each module within a topic has been designed to stand alone, allowing you to pick and choose from modules to create a unique study pathway. Now we will take a look at the different sorts of learning material available on the platform. We'll start in the Synthetic Toolbox topic. This topic is a collection of short modules, each of which presents a modern synthetic methodology and showcases case studies from CHEM21 researchers. The first module, Route Selection, acts as useful preliminary learning for the rest of the toolbox. You will notice that the module, like all the modules on the platform, is also available as a PDF document. This could be useful, for example, in a classroom or seminar setting where internet connectivity may be limited. Each PDF presents the material to the extent possible. There are links to download this piece of video content, for example, as well as a full transcript of the narration. All the content can of course be browsed online in the browser as well. We'll click through the short route selection module now in the browser. Notice here there are links to another module on the platform for optional further study of the select criteria. You also notice embedded here the video content that I referred to earlier. This gives a nice example of how sometimes audio and animation helps to illustrate the chemistry clearly and concisely. We'll set the video playing, turn on the closed captions, and adjust it to full screen, then let it run for a few seconds.
There are usually many synthetic pathways or routes to construct a given structure. There is almost always more than one route, and each route will have given starting materials and intermediates, but also a choice of reagents, reaction types and solvents to construct the product. And we can see the 4 building blocks being highlighted here. And in practice, this is the disconnection. This is how the molecule was made. So reaction 1, reaction 2, reaction 3.
You may have noticed the linked footnotes at the bottom of pages as we clicked through the module. Here's the previous page, which has a footnote reference, for example. References are especially useful online as they allow immediate access to the source papers. To illustrate this, we'll look at a CH activation case study in the toolbox. Case studies on the platform are akin to an extended abstract and include plenty of citations. This particular case study summarises some research done at the University of York as part of CHEM21 by Ryan Gorman. The footnote references are all linked using the paper's Digital Object Identifier, or DOI. The DOI system means that even if the paper changes web address over time, these links will never break. Here we've clicked through to the first reference in Ryan's case study, which gives access to the paper from its publisher. Returning to the case study, it's worth noting in passing a feature of figures throughout the platform. You can click on them to focus on and expand them. We'll move to a different topic now to look at some of the interactive elements of the platform. Back to the home page first. And we'll open up the Solvent Selection Guides module in Guides and Metrics. The three modules in Guides and Metrics are more typical learning material than those in the synthetic toolbox. They're somewhat longer and include self-assessment quizzes and exercises. Some introductory material is presented in video presentations by Helen Snedden of GSK. This material is then tested in a straightforward multiple choice question. This type of simple, quick-fire question helps to keep the learner engaged with the material as they study. This module also features a useful interactive tool as part of the material on the CHEM21 guide. In this section, Denis Prat of Sanofi introduces the work of the CHEM21 consortium in developing the CHEM21 Solvent Selection Guide and how it developed from existing guides. A video introduction is followed by the detail of the methodology used to create the guide. Next, the platform reproduces the colour-coded guides that make up the Solvent Selection Guide. The scores and ranking by default shown here were created using a spreadsheet derived from the given methodology. This spreadsheet has been simplified into a very easy-to-use online tool, which appears here on the next page. To demonstrate how the tool works, we can use DCM as an example solvent and input the necessary data about it into the tool. As you can see, the data needed is readily available. Once all the data has been input, the tool outputs scores similar to those seen in the guide. This could be a useful tool to quickly provide a rough indication of an unlisted solvent's green credentials. Of course, like any assessment tool, it should not be interpreted as providing a one-size-fits-all solution to every scenario. For the last part of the tour, we'll open the metrics module in this topic. This module includes some more complex study exercises that are interleaved with the learning material. As an example, we'll look at an exercise in the efficiency-based metrics section. The question is embedded as a PDF file on the page. It can also be popped out of the page for full screen viewing or printing. The question sheet is supported by a downloadable PDF datasheet, which is also printable. And of course, there is a printable model answer sheet too. That completes this whistle-stop tour of the platform. As you will no doubt have realised by now, there's a wealth of learning material to explore and use. Unless otherwise stated, the material on the platform is available under a Creative Commons license, which allows you to reproduce the material for non-commercial purposes in your educational and training courses. Thank you for listening, and we hope you find the platform useful in helping the next generation of chemists to green their everyday chemistry.